What's up, YouTube? I'm going to give you guys a little update on the whole garden situation. So I had my guy come and till up my garden the other day. You can see I've already got it rowed out and planted because I knew it was going to rain today, so planted what I could. I don't know. Let's see if I can see any of my plants here. No. These are some store-bought tomato plants. Just bought them as plants and planted them in the ground. They came in these little cardboard looking things, and I guess you can plant those if you do it right. Just tear the bottom off and plant them. But anyway, a couple tomato plants. One's a cherry tomato, one's a tomato. And then I've got a couple banana pepper plants too. A couple hot banana peppers. The whole seeding thing was kind of a pain. Waited so long to get this thing tilled. I think it took a couple weeks. As you can see, here's a couple of my green bean plants. And got some cucumbers over here. And I'm going to go probably tomorrow over to Farm King and pick up some, it's like a cattle gate. And I'm going to build a little trellis out of that. I'll give you an update on that eventually. But anyway, I marked out my rows. Just tied on a piece of string onto a couple of my plastic generic fence posts here. Didn't get my tomatoes planted, but I did get a pretty good mound going here. So there's that. Still got to get the fence in the ground. I need to get these things around the tomatoes before they get big. Should probably do that soon. These dudes right here. Need to get some of those in the ground around the tomato plants while it's still early. Because once they're big, it's hard. It's hard to get done. Strawberries. Strawberries I watched a couple videos on, and I learned that I was doing it wrong. So I figured out that you have to plant the crowns, which I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a crown there. There's a crown there. There's another crown here. So I got all those crowns up. And I did actually go ahead and drill some holes in my containers so that they can drain. I thought I did anyway. I drilled them in the bottom side. But anyway, I'm going to talk about these for a minute. These things right here, they're kind of a pain. After like a week of planting your seeds, I don't know if you can see the roots sticking through the bottom there, but the roots start coming through the bottom of these things, and they really, you can see I tore these up trying to get these out of here. Plus the soil was dry too. I thought I was watering them. I was spraying the tops of them, and yeah, you can see some of the roots there. But I think the best way to do this, if you're going to use these, is you want to do it like a day or two before you decide to plant them, a couple days. Because right after I put these things in that planter and put the little greenhouse deal over the top, they took off. And it was like 2 days and I had some 6-inch plants in there, and some of them died because I didn't get them transplanted. But I think the best way to water this thing would be to pour the water in here, and then it can soak up through the bottom of this. Because like I said, this soil is real dry, and when I try to water it on top, it beat it up. So it doesn't water very well, so you got to water it from the bottom side, I think, and then plant your plants right away a couple days later. But I spent a couple weeks waiting on the guy to come till my garden up, so I actually just went ahead and planted a bunch of seeds because I thought that would be easier, and I got tired of trying to pull those things out of there and tearing up the roots, and figured I'd just kill the plants anyway. The blueberry bush. Let's go check out the blueberry bush real quick. So it's right along the fence line. I don't know if you can see the little trail from where the dogs like to run, right along the fence line there. And they just run right through it. So they've trampled this thing. I don't know if it's going to live, but kind of crappy looking. I might have to go get another one. And another tip that I learned about blueberries is that if you're going to plant blueberries, you're going to want more than one bush, because they will pollinate one another, and you'll get double the blueberry output. And I guess my neighbor has a couple blueberry bushes too, so if mine grows, then his will pollinate mine. I think that might be his blueberry bush right there. Pretty good blueberry bush. So, and then I think, I don't know if that's another blueberry bush or not, but so just a few helpful hints and tips that I found in my experience with this garden. And guess I'll check over here real quick. Last year I found some mushrooms growing up under here. I haven't seen any this year. Not yet anyway. But anyway, that's an update on my garden. So if you found this video to be helpful, then go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button, and thanks for watching.